live.
Of course I am. Hi, guys. He's messing with me this morning. He is messing with me this morning. He goes, 3, 2, 1. And then I thought, are we live? And he went, no. And then he goes, boop. Now we're live. He likes to play with my head a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little. I hope you guys have had a really great week. It has finally cooled off a little bit here on the East Coast. So much so that I've been walking around in a sweater. I've gotten used to this, 30 plus degrees in the last couple of weeks. And now it's suddenly dropped right off to, now we're at 22, 23. So it's actually very nice. But now I've got chills. I'm cold all the time. I got adapted to high heat, and now I'm cold, so I can't win. Hopefully, friends in the southern eastern part of the U.S. have cooled off a little bit. My goodness, you guys had some terrible hot temperatures, and I know it was causing a lot of issues on the electrical grid in some states, and it's been terrible for you guys. So I hope that everything has finally cooled off and life has gotten a little bit easier for you guys. Same with the price of gas. We've noticed the price of gas is dropping slowly. Mm-hmm. I know it's actually well below $2 a liter here now. I think we were at $1.85 this week, something like that. And it's below $5 a gallon for friends in the U.S. So hopefully it's creeping even lower. It'd be nice to see it really low. Like, I don't know. I'd like to see it around $1 or less. That'd be good. That'd be really good. But aside from all the economics and the stress and the weather, I know the weather's been playing hell on a lot of people, and forest fires. My God, there's been wildfires and forest fires all over the place. Friends in Newfoundland have had a terrible go the last couple of weeks. And friends in California, same thing. Friends on the West Coast. People have been dealing with fires and all that nastiness all over the place. So hopefully life settles down for you. What else happened this week? Renee's been very busy at the gallery. It's been very busy for him.
I still have a headache from yesterday.
Okay. And I got Happy Mail this week. I did. Look at this. Isn't this gorgeous? It says Honey Hush. And the funny part is I can hear Sandy's voice in my head saying Honey Hush. It's just, Miss Sandy sent me this, and it's lovely. I love the colors. I love the pattern. Of course, it's got bees on it, so that makes me happy. I love bees. So that was my Happy Mail this week.
I have the wrong mouse.
Are you always getting the other computer running? So this week we're going to be painting Sweet Peas Teapot. It's going to be kind of a repeat of the Sweet Peas project. So I thought, because we've already covered a lot of the techniques that are in this, we're going to talk a little bit about some of the specialty brushes that we use, and that will bring me around to my shout out for this week goes to DecoArt. So DecoArt.com. Unfortunately, they are not shipping outside of the U.S. right now, and haven't been for a while, understandably, because the cost of shipping has just been horrendous everywhere. And of course, paint is heavy, so shipping it is just a nightmare. So they aren't shipping outside of the U.S. because they cannot, find a reasonable way to do it without costing an arm and a leg. So I wanted to give a shout out to DecoArt because they've been putting up tons of resources on their website, oodles and oodles of resources. And they always do a great job of posting project ideas. There's lots of stuff on DecoArt.com. There's the Learn Center on the DecoArt website called Art for Everyone. Myself and Sandy and a number of other artists that you may know have already been loading videos up there, educational stuff, color theory, project ideas, technique stuff, lots of stuff on there for everyone, which is great. But most importantly, how do you find DecoArt products when you don't live in the U.S.? And if you're a huge fan like I am, I've been working with DecoArt and working with DecoArt products for over 25 years at this point. Long time. So I have a couple of tips for you. If you live inside Canada, and we have a tough time, our local Michael stores really don't carry a lot. Our Desert stores, I we don't have one in our area, so it's difficult to say what they have available. I know they do carry DecoArt products, but I don't know what the extent of that is. We do have some great resources in Canada for DecoArt products. If you are on the western part of the country, there's a number of really great shops in the city, the DeSera stores in particular. You can go to the West Edmonton Mall and locate them there. Michael's stores generally only carry the top 100 colors, period. That's how it works. They only carry the top 100 colors. So the top 100 best-selling colors in the DecoArt product line you will find in a Michael's store. However, in Canada, Michael's stores are not all that common. We do have a lot of them, but they're not like in the U.S. Most places, most towns only have one, if they have one at all. So I'm going to give you some info. Stockade.ca is a fabulous resource for DecoArt products. They bring in a very consistent lineup of the Americana colors. So they always have the full line. And Country Bear Wood is my favorite distributor for DecoArt products, primarily because they carry everything. They are a true distributor, so they carry everything. So if you're looking for DecoArt product here in Canada, go and check out countrybearwood.com or .ca.com. Sorry, .com. Almost forgot that. It is .com. I know that.
.ca.
Yeah, it's country-bear-wood.com. They have a terrific website. It is in both official languages, French and English. So if you need the English site, there's a little bar in the top menu that says French English. Just switch the language. It'll give you a whole new website. They do provide great service. I've been working with Marion Gilling for a number of years, and they have been phenomenal. So if you need or are looking for a DecoArt product, go and check out countrybear.com. And of course, inside the U.S., one of my favorite places to go for DecoArt products is DecoArt.com, but also Cupboard Distributing has a tremendous amount of DecoArt product and a full range of Americana colors, so that's a great resource. Pinecraft is a great resource as well, so if you're familiar with them and are looking for a product there in the U.S., Pinecraft.com is a fabulous resource. And MaureenBaker.com is another one. Maureen is fantastic. She has one great service. Her website is highly functional, and she carries a full line. There's all kinds of goodies on her website, so go and check that out. And I know I'm probably forgetting some.
Well, Sandy's already typing up the website.
Oh, God love her. God love her.
She's
always looking out for me.
faster than I am.
I'm amazed she's even awake. She just got home from Vegas yesterday after a week at SDP.
Girl is on Facebook. Look at.
I'm next time I see her, I got to pat her down, look for the key. It's got to be back there somewhere.
Wind her up and let her go.
Wind her up and let her go. Something that I was digging through the other day, cleaning out a few drawers and whatnot here in the studio, and replacing some cabinets and storage because it's just been a nightmare in here. And one of the things I came across was I have a tremendous amount of information on my website that, and this is what tipped me off, is I found one of my booklets full of information that is available on my website. It's in the free educational section on the website, so go and check it out. If you are looking for shading and highlight guides for Americanas, it is there. If you are looking for the discontinued paint colors and mixing recipes, it's there. You'll be able to find it in there. If you are looking for a conversion chart for Joe Sonia, Traditions, Plaid, and a couple of others, plus the Americana colors, there is a conversion chart in there. So you can download all of those. They are free. Make sure you get that information. They are the most updated versions that I could find. So we have them. I believe it was 2020 is the most recent update. So it is in there. And please go and download them if you're looking for that kind of thing. It is all in that free educational website. Free educational material section of my website. I can't even talk today.
Yeah.
I've been doing, for somebody who can't, I've been doing a lot of it.
Yeah. Your tongue tied?
My tongue is tangled.
Tongue tangled?
Yeah, my tang is tangled. That's the word.
Oh, apparently Sandy slept for 8 straight hours.
Oh, good night. For her.
How do you do that?
I don't know. I'd love to know how to do that. So, yeah. So, my shout out this week is to DecoArt.com and all things DecoArt. You know, I'm a DecoArt girl. I love my DecoArt products. So, go and check them out. Country Bear does have all of the new colors. Stockade has all of the new colors. Pinecraft has all of the new colors. I think everybody has all of the new colors at this point.
Did you know that there was a discount code for you at DecoArt?
No?
TM2022H2.
Okay. That's news to me.
I don't know it's meant specifically for you,
It probably is.
but it gets you 20% off on DecoArt orders.
Oh, that's good to know.
It's
Write
a
that down.
One-time code.
A one-time code.
Yeah.
Okay. I did not know that.
Yep. It's TM2022H2. Thank you, Sandy. That's
Thanks,
awesome.
Sandy. That I did not know. That's good to know. All right. So today we're going to be painting Sweet Peas Teapot. I love this one. This is a fun one. It's just a pretty version, and it goes with the teacup, which I've done a couple of variations on. A couple of years ago, right in the middle of the pandemic.
It's
What?
your affiliate link.
Okay. Didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
I haven't been able to get into that account, so I have no idea.
It's Tracy Moreau's affiliate code.
Okay. That's helpful.
How does Sandy know this and you don't? She's on the ball. That's why.
She is. She's very much on the ball. And
She
she's looking
is on
out
the
for...
ball that is on the seal's nose.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a balancing act.
Me, I'm the one chasing the ball around the deck. And kicking it.
I'm the one sticking my head in the treat bin.
All right. So we're going to paint Sweet Peas Teapot today. Sandy, thank you. I love you, dear. Thank you for helping me. God knows I need it.
There is medication for that.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Here's a link to the e-packet for today. Oh, yeah. There. Thank you,
She is on the ball.
Sandy. Jeez.
Okay, so we're going to switch the cameras over and we're going to get started on our Sweet Peas Teapot.
Yay. Clickety. And you could bring it closer to you if you'd like. Boom. Look at that.
Dead center?
Dead center.
Right on. So this is Sweet Peas Teapot. I'm a fan of these little teapots and teacups. I don't know. I love them. I think it's the black and the white and then those pops of color that just do it for me. I have several more drawn because I can't seem to get stopped. But this is Sweet Peas, and our base coat colors are as follows. So I have 2 coats of lamp black on the background. I sanded lightly in between coats, so I have a nice smooth surface. The white sections on the teapot and the tag are base coated with 2 to 3 coats of warm white. The butterfly and the outer petals of the sweet peas are based with petal pink. The inner petals on these flowers are based with, I can never remember this color, purple petal. Oh well, go figure.
Why do they say violets are blue?
Because
Violets are violet.
no, violets are purple. I don't know.
So why do they say roses are red, violets are blue?
I don't know.
But they're not blue.
They're not blue.
Bloody purple.
The centers of these flowers are, I just put a quick base coat of warm white in and then a single coat of Sunny Day. Any soft yellow will work just fine for that. The stems and the leaves I have based with a little bit of white first and then a coat of matcha green. And I think that's it. Yes, it is that. I'm telling you. Elevator's not going to the top floor today. So, so we're going to start with the stencil detail in the back on all of these white portions. And I want to show you a little trick. I've shown you guys this before, but this actually works really, really well. So what I did was I took my line drawing And I trimmed out, cut away all of the areas that are the stripes on the teapot and the lid. So these are the areas that are going to get stenciled. And you might notice I've got a little bit. So I cut out the handle. I just used an X-Acto knife to do this. And then you're going to position your line drawing. Comme ça.
Apparently, the person who came up with that poem was colorblind.
Apparently.
Yeah. They look blue.
So, and then I put the cutout over top of my line drawing, like so. Now we need a stencil brush. And we need a 1/8 polka dot.
Virginia Hedges says, my happy mail from you this week contained my order for stencils.
Nice.
And had 2 sweet little gifts inside.
We like to put sweet little gifts inside.
She says, thanks.
You're very welcome, Virginia. So I'm going to position my polka dot stencil over top. And then I'm going to tape it into place because it'll slip and slide. Now, all this mask does is prevent those polka dots from getting onto the pink flowers, getting onto things you don't want the color on. So I'm just going to tape it into place.
Excuse me for 1 second while I zoom in a little bit. There we go.
And then it also makes life a little less cumbersome. So now you can just go to town, putting on your polka dots. You don't have to worry about getting black polka dots where you don't want it. Because the paper is covering all of the things you want to protect.
Hey, boom.
Just like that. Don't forget to change directions.
Hello from Brazil.
Oh my goodness.
Hello from Switzerland.
Nice.
So we're reaching people all around the world. That's awesome. I have
And then-
tiny stickers that I put on my table when I'm doing videos. I cheat. Oh, that's Sheila.
Now, ordinarily, I would do this stenciling before anything else got base coated. Ordinarily. And then I wouldn't have to worry about it because it's just a black and white surface. But because I have already base coated everything, I want to make sure that the things I need to protect are protected. Et voila! So we have polka dots. Fast and easy way to do that.
Hello from hot and steamy and not in a good way, Texas. Okay.
Hot and steamy. Well, the other morning when I got up, it felt like fall. Because
Yes,
we had
I
gone
loved
from
it.
like 30, it was over 40 degrees here the other day. And then 2 days later, it was like 13 degrees in the morning. We went from like plus 40 to 13.
Between 10 and 25 degrees Celsius.
It's
My
perfect.
perfect climate.
Yep, same here. But that, that plus 40 was brutal. So there we go. I love that. Got our fun little stenciled polka dots on our teapot. I'm a big fan of these teapots. Now, someone asked me the other day if they could use a bigger polka dot. And I thought, oh, yes, please. That would look so cool. I go with the tiny one because I actually really like the tiny one, but a larger polka dot would be really fun. I don't think you can ever go wrong with polka dots. I think polka dots are great.
Somebody made a comment.
Oh,
Yeah.
what?
You actually did the teapot handle this time.
I did.
Because I just looked at your
I know.
other collection.
I didn't realize that I didn't
The four I see on the wall, all the handles don't have polka dots
I
on them.
know. I just whoopsie didn't put polka dots on. It's all good. It's not really wrong.
You do you.
You do you. I felt like polka dots today. And I just realized that I managed to get black polka dots on my leaf here.
Oh, Robin R. got her faux squirrel brushes.
Awesome.
Now she has to learn how to use them.
Yeah. Oh, that's something we didn't talk about was the giveaways this week.
Oh, yeah. What do we got? We got more Tombow.
We have more Tombow. We have Tombow every week this month. It's the big envelopes.
Big yellow
And the white.
and the white.
Yeah.
Let's do the white ones today.
Yeah.
What's in the white ones? Oh, no, that one's spoken for.
They're already packaged and
Yeah, that one's spoken for.
yeah. No, that one is someone who hasn't claimed it yet. That's all.
Okay. So, we'll do these ones. What are these ones?
Those are lettering sets. Tombow's lettering sets. Actually, if you want to grab one, probably be easier if I go around.
I am surrounded by cables.
Yeah, he's kind of in a nest of electronics right now.
Laptop, iMac.
This is the giveaway this week. This is the beginner lettering set from Tombow. So it has everything in it you need. And I will tell you, on their Tombow USA website, they have hundreds of downloads with lettering templates so that you can practice lettering with this set. It's a fantastic piece. And it has everything you need in it. Dual brush pens, which means the pens have double tips. And then one of the Pro pencils. And then my favorite is these bloody drawing pens. I absolutely love these. And then it has this great brush tip, the Mono Twin, which is another fantastic brush for doing lettering, depending on the lettering style you're doing. And then it comes with the eraser set. Now these ones retail for about, I think it's about $16 or $20, somewhere in that neighborhood. These are absolutely phenomenal. So this is our giveaway this week. So we have 3 of those to give away. So we're going to be 3 happy people next week. Plus we always put a few other little goodies in the envelope too. But that is our giveaway this week. I'm a huge fan of Tombow products. I love their pens. I'm just so excited about the drawing pens. I've been using mine daily. Just love them.
There we go. Your pattern doesn't have polka dots on the handle.
No, it doesn't.
You can put them there if you want.
You can put them there if you want. I didn't think about it. I just
you
put
can
them
put
on.
bats.
You can put whatever you want on.
Yeah. It's smiley faces, paw prints.
I'm thinking I need paw prints would be cute. I'm thinking I need a Halloween teapot.
A Halloween teapot? Isn't that oleander tea?
No.
No?
That's what we're doing next Saturday.
Oh. Okay.
We're doing oleander tea next Saturday.
There you go.
Yeah, we're gonna have fun with that one.
Oh, we might not be able to do a live on September 10th.
What's on September 10th?
The grand opening for the new art gallery.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I did my walkthrough of the new entrance and
Pretty nice.
pretty modern.
I wonder if we could get permission to do it live from there.
Not on the day.
Not on the day, no.
No.
Okay.
No.
But yeah, that would be
But I could
awesome.
definitely talk to the director and see if we can pull something.
That would be cool. I would love to do that. So we're going to shade our teapot. I'm going to use a 1/2-inch angled shader. I got some brushes the other day from the brush guys. I had to get some brushes for a friend, and I had a freebie in my bin, in my order.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was a nice brush.
Is it a dynasty brush?
It is not.
Gasp.
I know, but it's such a pretty brush. But yeah, the brush guys do that all the time. There's usually, you make a purchase and there's a free brush in your order, and I got this really pretty brush. But because it's not a dicey brush, I can't show it to you. But it's pretty. It's actually a silver brush. So, angled shader, about 1/2 inch. I'm using a black gold. You can use a faux squirrel. And you're going to thin out some asphaltum. And this is your shading color. So you're going to shade in and around. Oh, way too dark. There we go. You're going to shade in and around your flowers. Get in here. Underneath that tag. Like so. Now, I'm going to use a mop. This is one of my favorites. This is a flat top mop. A soft flat top mop. It's a Dynasty. It's part of the IPC line. So you can see I'm not putting a really smooth float in there. It's kind of choppy. But then if I take my mop, look how it softens that out. Very nice. So I'm just putting a little color in there. So underneath, there's that float. I finally got it so that I don't have too much color in my brush. I was a little heavy-handed with the rest. That flat top is a super soft brush, and I do mean super soft. And it's a very fine hair. It's a pony, which is a natural hair. And it is...
Your mop looks like one of my point blenders after I've been too rough with it.
So, little shading.
Ooh.
I really like this one because it's a very soft point, so it gives you nice soft edges. And it's very easy to get very ragged floats at times. So easy peasy. So we're going to put a float. There's on the left side of this lid, like so. And you want to walk it out a little bit. I want to come about 1/3 of the way, and then soften it.
Oh, I got a question for you.
Okay.
From Tina.
Hi, Tina.
Are there any tips on how you would adhere the middle cutout on the handle when you're doing the polka dots?
I do, actually. Just take a little piece of painter's tape. Just roll it over just like you would. Position it in there. I should have done it because I managed to get polka dots on my leaves, but I can fix that. But yeah, just a little bit of tape on the back of that piece would have solved that problem. So there's a variety of mops that you can use. And I mean, there's so many different types out there. I have a few here. I just wanted to show you a couple. And what it comes down to is what you like. What you like has a lot to do with it. So this is an IPC. This is a large, soft, oval mop. This one is a little coarser than the one that I was using. But this one is nice for big areas. For large areas. It's very soft, very floppy. But it's also a really nice big brush. Not necessarily something I would use in smaller areas. But it's still, this is a great mop. Especially on canvas. Because this is a slightly coarser hair. Another favorite of mine is this one. This is a soft deerfoot. This one is a blend of synthetic and natural hairs. It's very soft on the very tip. And this one, because of the angle, is great for tight areas, really small spaces. I love that one too. This one is a natural hair. Very, very soft. This is a Traditions brush. And the reason I'm showing you the Traditions brush is because they're made by Dynasty. So
It's a DecoArt brush made by Dynasty?
yeah.
Oh, okay. There you go.
So it's super soft on this end, but a little more tightly packed. So it doesn't flop as much. These ones are great for blending heavier bodied paints, softening heavier bodied paints. I am a big fan for this whenever I'm working with texture mediums because you can soften the edges of things. So when you've got textures that come out and you want a softer edge instead of a rough edge, these are fantastic. But they are also good for these little areas. You just have to be very light with it.
You can pull the painting closer to you.
This one here is also made by Dynasty. It's sort of a cross between the shorter version like this one. Let's see. Same idea. Again, a natural hair. This one is a pony, just a different color, but it's still a pony. Very, very soft. These are great for those middle-sized areas when you're working with larger floats, larger areas. Nice soft brush.
Ethically harvested.
Yes, they are ethically harvested. Animals are not killed for this. And this one, again, is a Traditions. It's just a slightly larger version of the same thing. Super, super soft. I'm a fan of this one, this flat top, because I like the brush. I have a lot more control just tapping over like this. You can do the same thing with the Deerfoot. I like the Deerfoot as well. But if you're looking for these are both medium size. They are all from the IPC line by Dynasty, and you can get these on thebrushguys.com. They're also available on Dick Blick, and they're available on MaureenBaker.com. My brain just shut off there for a second. There's the Yep. So if you'd like to try one of these, they're fantastic. I love that they're so soft and that they're so easy to work with. And I'm going to use this one a lot for this piece. So those are all my favorite mops. And I have quite a few. So we've got a little tag there. I love the tags. Me and the tags.
Yeah, you can get all those brushes from Sandy McTeer.
Yes. Does Sandy have them on her website?
I believe she does.
Good. Stamps. Oh my God. Speaking of stamps.
Uh-oh. Stamp story.
Oh my gosh. So I was checking out Deb's website the other day because she made a whole bunch of changes and she just got a whole crap ton of stamps in. I could have spent a small fortune.
Why didn't you?
Because I already did. I had already ordered a bunch of stamps. So I do have a bunch of new stamps coming. But yeah, Deb's got a ton. All of the new stamp releases from Stampendous are on her website, but they're limited.
Oh, yeah.
So if you want them, you got to get them, quick. But yeah, she's got oodles of great new stamps on there, especially Christmas stamps. I was just, bug get you?
Black fly.
Oh, they take the piece right out.
Yeah.
I think.
And Dot got bit on her walk this morning.
Oh, no.
Yeah, right in the middle of her forehead.
Oh, no.
Where the fur is thinnest.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, she got bit by it was either a deer fly or she yelped and got angry and bit at the sky for that thing. Tried to take down a sky raisin. So her face is going to be a little itchy for a while.
Poor Dot.
When you live out here, it's...
Well, that's one thing. You live out in the country, you're
bound to get bit by a deer fly, moose fly. Big flies are big enough to walk away with your dog.
Some of them. And we have those, they're not cicadas here, or those big sun bugs.
Did Renee swallow a bee? No. Why? Is my voice deeper than usual? I have coffee.
That's why he's civil.
Hoping this headache subsides soon.
I'm looking for letters. I love these little stamp sets. I haven't, I was on the Michaels website. They've got a huge sale on right now on all of their stamps. And they do have some of these. These are the Craft Smart wood stamps. They also have the Recollections lettering stamps, all on sale. Plus, and you can use your coupons. So I love these. I have I don't know, dozens of the different sets in different fonts, and I always come back to this one. I just love that particular one. But yeah, the Michaels flyer hit my inbox the other day, and all of their stamp sets were on sale. So that's a bonus.
In Texas, the mosquitoes could fly away with your dog?
Well, in Manitoba, it's the provincial bird.
Yeah.
So I've got my stamp. You just wait until that stamp is dry, and then you're going to shade the tag with a float of asphaltum right into those corners, just like that. Now I leave a little bit of space from the edge, just a little, and then I'm going to soften that float. I kind of want to keep the center of the tag a little bright. There we go. So our tag is done. And we can now start our flowers. Now, the base color for these sweet peas is that petal pink, which is this one here. It's such a pretty pink. And it's got like a touch of purple to it. I love this color. And our shading color for that pink is this one, the Berry Cobbler. And this color scares the bejeebers out of people because it's so much darker than our pink. But you're only going to use like teeny tiny bit of color. And this is our shading color. So we're going to come right up to that. Now, the trick with this is to get that, see that whole chisel edge of the brush lays on the surface. And that's important because that's where you want that gradient of color. So it's important that you get that whole chisel edge on the surface. And then soften the float with your mop. Now, I'm using heavily thinned color. I am not using this color full strength. So it will require a second float. I'm going to come back and put that second layer in and mop. See how that whole brush is on the surface? I'm not turning it onto its edge. And then we're going to shade in behind those forward petals, like so. Whole chisel edge on the surface, up. I love this Berry Cobbler. It's just such a pretty, pretty color. And this is what's going to separate all of those petals. And keep in mind, whenever you're doing something like this, you're not going to get it all done in one go. Try to keep in mind that you are building up to something. So I've put a layer of color in and I mop. And I let it dry, and then I'll put another layer of color in. Ooh, that one's Oh, pardon me. Good heavens. So at this point, we're just separating all of these petals. You are going to come back in and put another layer in and soften that. So each time you put a layer of that thinned color on top, those floats get a little deeper. And this gives you control. By doing it in these thin layers, then you have a great deal of control on how dark that color gets. And that berry cobbler is quite transparent, so it gives you a lot more control. And then by mopping like that, then you get these nice soft floats. I don't use mops daily, but I tend, when I'm looking for a very soft effect, I tend to grab my mop, because it helps you get those really soft transitions. And don't forget to lay that brush, the whole chisel edge of that brush should be on your surface, just like so. Because that'll give you that nice soft float. That way you'll have a full range. And don't forget to take it down onto the points of those petals. There we go. Look at that. So now we're really starting to see some separation in there. That division in between those colors. And we get that nice soft float. So now you can go back in and deepen. And I still only have a very small amount of paint in that brush. So I'm just layering one float on top of the other. And that's what gives you those nice deep shadows. Look at that. Very nice. So, before anyone asks, I'm going to show you how to get a nice even float, like a nice even load of color in your brush. And how you get that gradient from that darkest to lightest. So I'm going to grab my palette. And I'm going to start with a clean brush. So when you're loading a brush, make sure it's good and wet. Shouldn't be drippy, but it should be wet. Tap it to your wet sponge or a piece of wet paper towel. And you're going to pick up just a small amount of color on the toe of the brush. If you're working with an angled shader, if you're working with a flat, it's going to be on one corner. So you're going to have that color loaded, and then you're going to pull down and then turn the brush on the back side and go back into that same puddle. So if I stay in one spot, that is not going to help create a gradient. So you have to move the brush this way. So into that initial puddle, walk it along, and then walk back out. And what that does is this. That creates that gradient. So you have the darkest value of the color on the point, and then it gradually fades out as it goes across the brush. And that's why I tell you, put that whole chisel edge of that brush on the surface. because that's what creates that float. Whole chisel edge on the surface. And I've seen painters load a brush beautifully and then do this. Tip the brush up onto its point, and they're only using the point. And that's fine if you're working in a very teeny tiny little spot. But if you're going to be painting something larger, like these flowers, you want a nice, even transition of color. You want that color to go across the surface. So in order to get that, you have to have the whole chisel edge of the brush on the surface. That's what's going to give you that transition from darkest to light. Now, I generally will float sometimes 3-4 times till I get the color that I want, till I get the darkness that I want or the depth that I want. But I think I'm almost there. There's just a couple little spots I want to adjust. But you don't want to get it so dark that they look really heavy-handed. So I'm going to show you a little trick. So this is where I tone it. So I will take my brush and pick up a tiny bit of asphaltum and blend it out well, just as I did with the berry cobbler. I am not looking to make this look brown, but I am looking to tone this just slightly. And all it does really is just deepen the color. So I'm using a very weak float of heavily thinned asphaltum. And this is what tones that. Gives me slightly deeper color. Helps me create a few shadows. And tones that pink just a little bit. So I am using a minute amount of color because I don't want this to turn brown. I just want it to deepen a little. What are you giggling about now? I'm afraid to ask.
Oh, I just saw a video about tattoos.
Oh.
Yeah. And it shows this girl, she's got a throat tattoo. It's going straight down to her collarbone.
Okay.
And it's different beetles and bugs going all the way up and under her chin. And she's telling everybody what each one means to her.
Okay.
And this guy rolls up his sleeve and it shows a picture of a tattoo of a taco wearing a cowboy hat.
A taco wearing a cowboy hat.
He's like, this means I like tacos. That's all it means.
That's a deep reasoning for getting a tattoo.
Taco wearing a cowboy hat. Perfect. I'd want that. I gotta find time to go down to a tattoo shop.
Mm-hmm. You owe me a tattoo.
I owe you a tattoo. And I owe me a tattoo. I owe me 13 tattoos.
So I've got all my purple or my flower colors in place. I'm going to come over to that center portion now. See that little yellow bit in there? We're going to put a little shadow in there.
I'm going to zoom in a bit here.
And it's just a tiny little shadow. It's just a little bit of orange flame. And again, I have... Oh my goodness. I missed. There we go. So I'm going to put just a little float of orange flame on those centers, just towards the bottom. I just want to give them a little bit of oomph and a little bit of shape. So it's just a little float. And I'm going to let it dry, and then I'm going to repeat that because I want it to stand out a little bit more.
That guy must be from San Antonio.
Entirely possible, I suppose.
Tacos and cowboy hats.
Yeah, we don't see a lot of tacos here.
Well, I do.
Well, you do, but...
I know where the taco truck is in this sound. And they're
Meh.
eh.
You live in New Brunswick.
I know. Didn't expect to have like authentic Mexican food.
Closest you're going to get in this part of the country is, Taco Bell. I'm sorry, but
Ew.
I've had the real deal. I had tacos when I was in
In New Mexico?
New Mexico. I had enchiladas.
Is that really authentic?
It's more authentic than Taco Bell.
Yeah, fair enough.
But you know what? I had some of, I could eat that ceviche until the cows come home.
Mm.
I'm not a huge fan of Mexican food. Not all Mexican food. So, tacos don't do it for me. Enchiladas don't do it for me. But
Burritos?
I don't like burritos.
It's the refried beans, right?
I just don't like the texture. It's the thingy. I don't
Well,
like the tortilla.
Well, you aren't having a real one then.
I don't like tortillas. They're chewy.
If they're cooked, they're not chewy.
No, but I don't like the texture of them. It's a thing.
It's a thing? Okay.
It's a thing.
You can scallop
However,
together.
give me a bowl of ceviche. Or I had a soup down there that had all the beans and all the stuff that was out of this world. It's not the flavor profile or certain things I don't care for. But
It didn't take Renee long to start talking about food.
he's awake.
I'm awake. I like food.
He's awake. That's all it takes.
Funny, tacos are everywhere in Texas.
Well, I would imagine
Yeah.
tacos are everywhere in Texas. You do not find tacos.
I make burritos using crepes.
Oh, I could do that. Well, no. Yeah.
It's along the same lines.
I don't know. So, this purple portion in here, we're going to use Diox purple. This color scares people because it's so strong. If you don't have Diox, you can always use purple iris, which is one of the new DecoArt colors. And this is just our shading color. We're going to float a little bit inside.
Ooh. Try the aqua chile.
Yum.
It's like ceviche spicy with shrimp.
Love it.
Sounds delicious.
It does. I love ceviche. I love fish tacos.
Mmm.
Those are really good.
Yes.
I eat all the filling. I just don't care for the tortilla part. That's just me. So on the inside of each of these flowers, you get that float of that purple in there. That's just going to give us a little depth on the inside. Like so. These are tight floats. They're very tight in here.
French taco blasphemy.
That is a blasphemy. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Fish tacos are to
Fish
die
tacos,
for.
not French.
Yeah, fish tacos are to die for. Best one I ever had, oddly enough, was in Vegas.
Authentic Mexican tacos involve corn tortillas, not flour tortillas. Okay.
Yeah, we don't get a lot of corn tortillas here on the East Coast.
No, we don't get much corn anything.
No, corn,
Corn's a prairie thing.
yeah, not so much here.
We got potatoes.
Yeah, we got potatoes. Potatoes.
Taters.
Spuds.
What is for dinner? Somebody was asking.
I have no idea. Actually, I haven't a clue. I hadn't thought about it. I was supposed to do that this morning, but then I got wrapped up doing something else, so.
Potato, yuck.
What? I love potatoes. Good potatoes. You need good potatoes, though.
Yeah. Good PEI potatoes.
Island spuds, yeah.
Island spuds.
You need some good island spuds, girl. So, I have put my float of that Diox purple in there, or the purple iris, either one will work. So we're going to start building some highlights onto these petals and leaves. I'm going to do that with a little bit of warm white.
Ooh. Fried chicken chimichangas.
Okay, I'm confused. What's a chimichanga?
It's like a burrito.
Okay.
Filling's different.
Okay.
And they're usually fried in butter. Like the whole thing's fried in butter.
Okay.
So it's crunchy.
Oh, see, that I wouldn't mind.
So it's still a flour tortilla, but it's crunchy. They're delicious.
So I'm using a little bit of warm white. And I think I've got way too much on the brush, but that's okay. We'll hash it out. Yeah, I've got way too much on my brush. Hang on, I'll fix it. I've got a sloppy mess in my brush. I'm gonna do this again. Ta-da! So, a little bit of warm white. Blend it out well so that you don't have a really strong white. And again, remember to use that whole chisel edge of that brush on the surface. And you're going to bring that highlight right to the edge of the petal. Like so.
Say what, Linda? Apparently Tony Chattree has 3 new marinades out.
Oh, really?
One for steak, one for chicken, and one for burgers.
Burgers?
Yeah.
A marinade for burgers.
Yeah.
Well, while Renee was at work yesterday, I had a very busy afternoon. I made 7 pounds of homemade bacon.
Bacon! Just got to put them in the smoker.
Yep. Well, so they're on to cure right now.
Oh, so next weekend.
Next Friday.
Next Friday.
Probably Saturday, depending on the weather. Don't want to have the smoker running in the rain.
Meatloaf, mashed taters. That's what's for supper tonight.
Mm-mm.
We had meatloaf a couple days ago.
Yep.
Oh, excuse me.
So, if you use that warmed white, if you find you can't get a nice soft light float with this, try using just a softer pink. Like, what would be a good pink for that? Baby pink?
Baby pink?
Yep. Baby pink. Pink chiffon.
Pink chiffon.
Yeah. Some nice, you just need a soft value, a light, much lighter value than the one you started with. And again, talking about talking about that section on my website with the free educational material. This is what I do with mine. So I've downloaded, these are the retired Americana color and mixing recipes. This is a really handy resource to have handy when you're painting, especially if you can't find the color that you're looking for. Or if you're working from a pattern or a book and some of the colors are missing. This is a great resource for that. But this one is particularly valuable. This one here, this is your shading and highlighting chart. These are suggested colors for shading and highlighting specific colors within the Americana line. So if you're looking for just the right color, or you can't find what the designer perhaps has used, go and have a look in here. And it is quite an extensive chart, but you can find that. I looked all over the DecoArt website today and could not locate this anywhere on their website, but it is on mine. You'll be able to find all of these charts plus the conversion charts for your Americana colors and the opacity chart. Somebody had asked me about this one the other day. This one tells you which colors in the Americana line are transparent, semi-opaque, or opaque. So all of these things are in that free educational download section. So go and grab yourself one.
So Patrick's wondering what you do with your bacon. Do you bake it or do you cook it in a skillet?
Well, we do a number of different ways.
Yeah.
Depends on what we want. If I'm making scrunchions, then it's done in a pan.
Yeah. It's big.
I like it done in the oven myself. I find it gets nice and brown and crispy.
Yep.
I like it done in the oven myself. But I prefer to dice it and use it as scrunchions.
Yeah.
And then I do those in a pan because they need the oil, the fats, to get nice and crunchy all around. And scrunchions are awesome
I
because you can put them
prefer
on
it
so many things.
in thin strips,
Yeah.
in a skillet, and then topping something.
Yeah.
Like a burger.
I like it on burgers. But it depends on what I'm going to be using it for.
But you got 2 types of bacon marinating.
No, I have one type.
It's all maple?
Maple and cracked pepper.
Maple and cracked pepper.
Yeah.
I'm down.
I didn't think you'd mind.
No, I'm...
So it's, I have the recipe that I have actually calls for a curative. It's like a pink salt that I have not been able to find locally. It's been difficult to find locally. So
Knew somebody was going to ask.
what's that?
What are scrunchions?
Oh, scrunchions are an East Coast thing.
Yes.
We have there's a dish here.
Mm.
I love it personally.
Nom.
It's called fish and brews, and essentially it's poached codfish and hard bread, and it's cooked in milk. I know that sounds really strange, but it's absolutely delicious. And we top it with something called scrunchions, which essentially is fried pork fat or pork bacon. And I cube
Belly
it up.
on.
Yeah, pork belly.
Belly on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you cube it up into small cubes, and then you pan fry it till it gets nice and crispy in the outside, and then you put that over top of the fish and brews, which is yummy.
Mm-hmm.
But it's delicious. I put it on a lot of things. I put it in potato soup. If I make potato leek soup, I use scrunchions on top.
Bacon bits? Question mark? Essentially, but
Bigger. Yeah, they're, 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch thick.
Yeah.
You make them in big cubes.
And
but
they are crunchy on the outside.
crispy, crunchy on the outside. Yeah.
Chitlins, yeah.
Okay,
Close to
chitlins.
chitlins.
Yeah, close to chitlins. We call them scrunchions. Yeah.
Except chitlins are made with pork belly.
Yeah. Or scrunchions are made with a variety of things, but we generally will use bacon. But it has to be a very thick slice.
Yeah.
Usually just a chunk of bacon as opposed to just bacon,
Yeah.
because you need it thick.
Still got to be chewy in the center.
Yeah. It's yummy.
Yum.
It is. But scrunchions on hot potato soup in the wintertime, yum.
Yeah.
Yeah, need scrunchions.
There's a comfort food.
Yeah. Homemade potato soup with scrunchions. And I don't serve potato soup without scrunchions.
And if you want to make it southern, serve some cornbread with it.
Yes, done that.
Yeah.
But I usually make big Irish biscuits, big fat Irish biscuits.
Like cracklins?
Yep. Cracklins is another word for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought cracklins was pork tripe for some reason.
No.
It was just fried.
No.
No, I could be wrong, but I don't know. Google.
I don't do tripe of any sort.
No, it stinks.
Just
If it wasn't for the smell.
too many years in the cutting room, that's why.
Yeah.
I just don't do tripe. Yuck. So I do the same thing with that purple. It gets that little highlight of that warm white.
Oh, chitlins is made with pork intestine.
Ew.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just boiled and then fried pork intestine. So, no, not chitlins.
Not chitlins. Okay. Yeah, scrunchions they can be almost anything. Just fried pork belly fat or fried pork belly, just, fried to the point where they're crispy. Or it can be bacon.
And-
I prefer to use homemade bacon for that.
cracklins is pork skin.
Yeah.
Kind of like pork rinds.
Yep.
So not like cracklins either. It's still
No,
bacon. It's just
Still bacon.
very, very fried.
Yep. And cubed.
Cubed.
Yep. I'm a big fan.
I'm from North Maine and I still haven't heard of scrunchions. It's a Canada thing.
Yeah, you have to be from East Coast of Canada.
Yeah.
Scrunchions, most notably from Cape Breton or Newfoundland.
Candy them, add sugar.
Oh, we actually have them done with maple syrup.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's what these ones are going to be because this bacon is made
Has
with.
to be a Canadian thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird things that are Canadian.
Like squeaky cheese.
Yep, squeaky cheese.
No, mind you, that's a popular thing in the States too. They just call it something different.
Yeah.
It's cheese curds. Call them squeaky cheese because that's the sound they make against your teeth.
Yeah. Squeaky cheese. There actually is a brand called Squeaky Cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Bothwell.
Yep, Bothwell.
Yeah.
Renee just ruined cracklins for me. You're welcome.
Oh, poor baby.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm undecided as to what to do for supper tonight. I made home.
Everything tastes better with a little bit of bacon.
You're not wrong.
Nope.
It's a comfort food thing.
I like it in potato leek soup.
Yeah. He likes scrunchions on that. I like scrunchions on a lot of things.
If you think about the word scrunchions,
Mm-hmm.
it explains what it is.
Yeah.
It's squishy and
And
crunchy,
So scrunchy.
at the same time. So scrunchy. Scrunchions.
Scrunchions.
And it's bacon.
So we've got highlights. Now the fun part about doing this is that at any time I can come back in and I can darken things or highlight some more to get where I want to be. But I think we're just about there.
Oh, now I got him talking about squeaky cheese.
Squeaky cheese.
Homemade tomato soup and grilled cheese ham sandwiches.
Done that. Grilled ham and cheese sandwiches. Yummy.
Mm. So, fancy people would call it a panini.
Okay. Ooh. That'll do bright.
Did you miss it? Oh, there we go.
Oopsie daisy.
Mm.
I got a little heavy-handed with the white there, but that's okay. I'll soften it up.
So I have an idea for a meal.
Okay.
Chicken fried rice and kimchi. So kimchi, chicken fried rice.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Yeah, that. Yum. I saw that and I went, oh.
Well, and we have kimchi in the fridge.
I'll never be a skinny man.
I do love kimchi. I had a bowl of it the other night. Yum. I made noodles, not the bowl noodles. I just made noodles. And then tossed them in a little bit of sesame oil and threw in some green onion and then threw in a handful of homemade kimchi. It was so good.
Yum.
We do love our weird and wonderful foods in this house.
There's a delay on my iPad. There'll always be a delay.
Yeah.
I have it set up that there's about 5 to 10 seconds of delay. So if something happens, we can fix it.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh, poor Patrick.
What?
I have never had kimchi. No Korean restaurant nearby.
Oh,
You got to send them your recipe to make kimchi.
yes. Yum.
And you're in France, so you should be able to get a lot of the ingredients easily.
Easily, yeah.
It's delicious.
Well, I think it's something you're either going to love it or hate it.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. If you like cabbage, you're already ahead of the game.
Yeah.
And if you like things a little on the spicy side, because I don't find kimchi is all that spicy.
No.
If you like it a little on the spicy side, you'll enjoy it.
It's flavorful.
But it has oodles of flavor, and it really does wonderful things for a bunch of other things. I've had it in salads, and it's delicious, but you really got to make the one with the radishes.
My favorite one so far was a Ukrainian twist on kimchi pierogies.
Okay.
And I was very pleasantly surprised with it, especially when they're fried.
Yum.
Yeah. I didn't think those two flavors would work together. So you had like the cheddar and potato filling
With
and
kimchi.
with kimchi added to it.
Yeah.
And I thought cheddar and kimchi shouldn't go together. But it worked.
Yeah.
And it was delicious. Gotta love those weird combinations you find at food trucks.
I love food trucks for that.
Do you have recipes on your educational part of the website?
No, I don't. I probably do a lot more around the holidays. I get a little carried away.
It's the shortbread recipe.
My shortbread, but
It's the best shortbread.
and the glue wine and
Glue wine.
and my cranberry sauce. And
I
I have a
only
number
like,
of holiday stuff.
like a small cup of the glue vine. So.
It's not meant to be guzzled.
No, it's tasty and
It's tasty
warming.
and it's soothing and it's warming, and I prefer just to have one glass. But yeah, it's yummy. So we are ready to start doing some of this greenery. So I'm using plantation pine. Now my base color is that matcha green. I'm going to do the shading with the plantation pine. And this is super simple because we're not overthinking this one. So again, you're going to float. So remember, small quantity of paint. And the first thing we're going to do is shade up underneath our flowers. We want a little float up here and here. Don't forget to draw that float down a little bit. Because that's what's separating and pushing those flowers forward, is those little shadows.
Oh, I'll do a drawing shortly there, Linda.
Yep.
Getting close to that time anyway.
Yep. And on those leaves, you're going to put a float, sort of a C-shaped float, towards the end of the leaf where it joins the stem. These leaves are very simple. We don't need to do a whole lot of thinking on these ones. And we do have to draw in a leaf that is missing. I'm going to grab my pencil. Can't find my mechanical pencil.
It's got to be Napa cabbage.
Yes.
Yes, has to be Napa cabbage. Not your typical round cabbage.
Yep.
Or European cabbage is what it's called, isn't it?
It's the tall, skinny ones.
Yeah, tall, skinny.
Yeah, it kind of looks like romaine lettuce.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Napa cabbage.
Yeah, it's called Napa cabbage.
If you can get that, you can make kimchi.
Yep.
And the white radish?
Yes, you need, it's called, starts with a D. Something D radish.
Mm.
It's a large radish.
Yeah. You can use that or not.
Yeah,
It's
if
one of
you
those
don't
things-
want to. If you're not a fan of radish, you don't have to use it. I kind of like the change in textures myself and the flavors.
Murney928. She's got to leave. She's unpacking.
Oh,
I guess she moved him, assuming.
or just got home from somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, daikon radish.
Yes, daikon radish. That's it.
Yeah.
Don't ask me to remember stuff. My brain's fried.
Daikon. Daikon radish. Daikon radish.
Yes, if you don't care for radish, you can leave it out. The first time I made kimchi, I couldn't find any, so I read through the recipe and it said that it wasn't necessary, but it adds nice texture to things. Having made a batch without it, it was very good even without it. But I have to say that it has a really nice texture and a nice flavor. So it is worth putting it in. So that little float at the bottom of the leaves, again, it's a C stroke. Just means that it's bowl shaped. And I like those darker shadows. Walk them out a little bit. And if you want to, deepen them. If you want that a little darker back there, by all means, go ahead. It's not going to hurt. So it's just a little float of that plantation pine.
I'm trying to remember the name of the lady who has sent the
cup.
cup with the donuts.
Debbie
Daniker.
Daniker.
And her dog's name is Ridley. Yes. How come I couldn't remember the dog's name?
I don't
I am not a people person.
know. He is a dog person.
I am a dog person, however. I will remember your dog's name before your name. I apologize. It's not my fault. It's what I get for working with dogs.
He's going to remember the dog before he'll only remember the human.
Most of the time, the dog is more memorable. Debbie.
So I'm just deepening a couple of things. Now, we've got leaves. I like putting a little highlight at the tip of those leaves. And I do that with a little touch of that matcha green, that base color, and I mix it with a little bit of white. Just enough to change the value of it.
And she just proved me wrong. It's Raffin.
Raffin.
Who owns Ridley? Somebody's got to own a dog named Ridley. Why is Ridley stuck in my head?
Raffin. I like that
Raffin.
name, Raffin.
That's a good name.
It's a great name.
Raffin. I'll remember it now.
Yeah. Well done, you.
Now this is awkward. I can live with awkward.
Good thing. Somebody has a Ridley.
Somebody's got a Ridley. Who's
Could
Ridley?
be one of the neighbor's dogs.
Border Collie?
Could be.
There's not too many Border Collies around here.
There's a couple.
There's
Oh, it's not the Border Collie. It's the Australian Shepherd up the street. Is Ridley. It's a dog neighborhood. We have a lot of dogs in our neighborhood. But we're in the country, so that explains it.
oh, it's that little one, no tail.
Yeah.
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 Little Australian Shepherd. He's so cute. Beth Moberly. Beth Peck that works at DecoArt. Her daughter got a new dog this week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's super cute. I don't know her name. But oh my goodness. She just picked her up from the breeder. She's a Doberman.
Oh my.
Yeah. She's so cute. She's all feet and elbows.
Oh, is she in dangly stage?
They're, tiny little body, great big feet, long legs.
Yeah.
So cute though. And the breeder has already done the crop
Oh, okay.
at this stage because
Pinning.
it's what pinning, is that whatever it's
Pinning.
called? Yeah, right. Crops the other end, right? Yeah. Anyway, so the ears are already done, but she didn't like the bandages, so she's got little flowers.
Oh.
The picture is adorable.
Yeah.
But what a sweet little dog.
Now, is
so
it-
cute.
Was it surgical pinning or was it
It was surgical. Yeah,
oh,
they
okay.
they did it. It's from the breeder. The breeder does it automatically.
okay.
As per.
Because you can do it non-surgically, but it takes a lot longer,
Yeah.
and you have to do it at the right time.
Yeah. Well, this little one is already done. But
Yeah.
oh my God, talk about cute. Especially with the flowers attached to the bandages.
Anybody who has a Doberman, I strongly suggest pinning your dog's ear.
There's a health reason for
There's
it.
a health reason for it, because they're very susceptible to ear infections. And if you allow their ear to be open to the air, they're less susceptible to ear infection. So, the more you know.
So, we've actually gotten quite a bit done here.
But a floppy-eared Doberman is very cute.
Yeah. Dobermans are cute in general. They have very goofy personalities.
Pain.
They're goofy.
There's only one dog that I really have refused to work with
Yeah.
based on its breed.
Yeah.
And it's not Westies. They're close to Westies.
Cairn Terriers?
Cairn Terriers. Wired-haired Cairn Terriers.
Yeah.
I cannot stand working with that breed. It is the most stubborn breed out there.
Well, we have a neighbor here that's got a Westie, and she's so cute.
Doesn't like Dot.
No, she doesn't, but she doesn't like anybody, apparently. So,
Likes people.
yep. So, I'm using a little bit of asphaltum to put a spout in, because I forgot to do that earlier. Comme ça.
Tracy crops the other end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crop tail.
So Miss Dot cracked me up the other day. We had a little adventure in the house the other day. Gizmo, who is frequently trying to get into bags, boxes, anything that he can physically get into. Well, we had a reusable shopping bag in the mail bin in the studio. And he likes to get in the mail bin. So he got into the mail bin and then tried to get into the shopping bag and then tried to get out of the mail bin and was tangled up in the shopping bag, scared himself, ran through the house at Mach 5, and finally managed to get out of the bag by tearing it wide open, which just had us all in stitches, because when he disappeared out of sight behind the couch and then very casually walked out the other side of the couch as if nothing had happened. And that was funny enough, but then Dot was looking around like, what the hell?
What is going on?
She looked utterly horrified.
One of the best dogs I have had was a Doberman / Coonhound mix. Beautiful dog. I love Coonhounds. Coonhounds are gigantic. And they're dopey looking. But they're smart.
Yes,
love
well,
them.
we have that beautiful American silver point tabby upstairs, and he is not the brightest button in the box.
No, he stares at corners.
So, you know what?
Gizmo just wants to be sent to my house, I think. Oh, we can't give up Gizmo.
Gizmo is far too much entertainment value. He is not as I said, not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but he is so sweet. You can't help but love him, but thick as a brick.
He is the one cat out in this world that actually finds entertainment in the corner of a room.
Yep. He can sit and stare at a corner for hours. Yep.
And be content.
And be content. Yeah, he is not the brightest button in the box. Although he has a toy box, And he will try to open the cabinet in the dining room so that he can get his toy box. And that's his way of letting you know that he wants his toy box. He pulls on the door handles until somebody comes
he's much
against him.
smarter than we take him for.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen any evidence of that, but I think he has us well trained. There. So I just went around and deepened a few shadows in a few places because they needed deepening. And I put a little extra on this tag here because it just needed something. Deepen that shadow in behind the flower. It's just a little bit of asphaltum. So we're just about ready to add a few little details. So we're going to grab a smaller angled shader and we're going to put a highlight on the top of that little knob on the top of the teapot. I'm just using a little bit of thinned warm white, heavily thinned. I just want a nice light float just at the top. And then there's two spots here. This is the base, the pedestal or the bottom of the teapot. I'm going to put a float there and I'm going to put a float here. It's going to separate that background from the edge of the teapot. Now all of our highlights are on this side, light impact point, light impact point. So we're going to take a float of titanium white, if I can find mine.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Yeah, Karen Jones got her new puppy.
Oh, what kind of puppy?
7-week-old mini dachshund.
A miniature dachshund.
Oh, the fun.
Oh, the fun with a puppy.
Yeah, 7-week-old dachshund. Get that dog under control soonest. Because dachshunds got back problems.
Yeah.
Don't let them jump. Avoid stairs. Stairs alone can hurt a dachshund.
Yeah.
And the run to the litter. Ooh. Black and white.
Oh, a merle?
I don't know if it's Merle. Is it long hair or short hair? And the name is Robin.
Robin. Cute. So I've just put a weak float of some titanium white. You can do it with warm white too. It doesn't really matter. It's just to, one, subdue a few of those little black polka dots where they're closest to the edge. Like so. And on the edge of that spout there, I think I need to fix something because that polka dot's in the wrong spot. Right there.
Where?
Right here.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
I need to make that go away.
Have you ever watched Moon Pie?
What is moon pie?
I don't know.
So I'm just putting a little bit of warm white in there. I want to make that polka dot go away. It was too close to the inside of the spout. So a little float of that titanium white does wonders. Just brightens up that leading edge and gives it a bit more contrast on that side. And I just noticed a spot that I missed while I was shading. So I'm going to take up a little asphaltum.
Is there long hair on the ears? That's usually the first indication. Is it long and curly hair?
So underneath the rim of that teapot, we're going to put a float of asphaltum right on that white. There we go. I'm going to walk that down a little bit. There. That's better. Now we're cooking with gas.
Moon Pie is a talking dachshund.
Nope. Never heard of it.
Nope.
So I'm going to dry this. Now I've got a gold leaf pen, nice fine point one. That's what I'm going to use to put the trim on my teapot. assuming that this one still works. I'm going to give it a good shake because it's been sitting for a while.
I will send pictures.
So I'm going to use my gold pen to put a nice little gold border on the edge of my teapot. You could do this with gold paint if you want to. It's entirely up to you. I just happen to like my gold paint pen because it gets the job done real quick, but it's not working very well.
Struggling with it today.
Well, it's almost empty. This one is almost done. So I'm going to switch. I think I've got another one. There we go.
There she goes. And that's when it throws up all over you.
Yeah, probably. That's why I left the lid on.
Splat, 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 splat.
Because we have had that happen before.
Yes.
Yeah. There we go.
We don't want that to happen again.
No, we do not. So I'm just taking a little bit of that gold pen and putting my border in. I'm going to do the same thing on the top of the pot, the handle. Handle, the knob, the top, whatever you want to call it. There we go. I like this little bit of bling, that metallic, that gold metallic on there. Just works. There we go.
Those who need a good laugh, all you gotta look up is Moon Moon the Husky. And prepare yourself for a laugh. Moon Moon the Husky.
Huskies in general have personalities completely their own.
I told myself I would never have a husky, but there's such big personality dogs.
Yeah. But you also need to have the space, the time, the
other husky,
the lifestyle, and another husky. Yeah. Yeah, that's the. So a little bit of gold on that trim. I'm going to come back, and now that this paint's dry, I can fix my spout. I'm telling you. So a little bit of asphaltum. That polka dot was driving me nuts. I don't know, it was probably something silly, but it was driving me crazy. There, better.
Can't find the traceable for this one anywhere.
The patterns are on the website. So, we're going to come up to our butterfly here. Now that butterfly is going to get the same treatment that the pot did. We're going to use a stencil to put on some polka dots. And I'm going to use my stencil brush. Now at this point you could decide that you wanted to do white polka dots instead of black. That's entirely up to you. I like the black because it just matches it up perfectly to the teapot. There we go. The fun part is the black background. I don't have to worry too much about whether or not I'm inside the wings.
I missed a step. Did you add highlight with titanium white? Question mark.
To the teapot, yes.
To the teapot.
So there, our butterfly's dry. So we've got, because the body of this is painted black, we don't really have to do a whole lot with him. We're going to put some highlights on the body of that with some warm white, but we'll do that towards the end. So the same thing that we did for these flowers, we're going to use that same color to shade this butterfly, and that is your berry cobbler. And I'm using the color a little bit stronger. I've got a little too much liquid in my brush. Just a little bit stronger. And I'm going to float close to the body. And much like I floated the leaves, it's sort of a little C-shaped float that comes in close to the body and then comes out.
Oh, dear God. That is not a cross that should exist.
What's that?
Husky and Frenchie cross.
How do you even do that?
I'm not so much worried about how.
The how bothers me.
Oh, I'm not worried about the how. It's the why. That is two talking dogs that should be bred together.
Two talking dogs. Frenchies are funny.
Frenchies are awesome, but they're a bully breed.
Yeah. They're just a small bully breed. They're
just a small bully breed. They're a short-legged pit bull.
Yep. But they're so stinking cute.
They are. It's the ears.
It's the ears. You know what? Nicole Wright has got Whiskey, and he's such a little character.
Yeah.
Yeah. He is such a little character, and he's just wonderful. She posts videos on Instagram of their travels with, their stream. And Whiskey goes everywhere with them. He's hilarious.
It's not the amount of energy that I'm worried about when I get a dog. The energy part, I don't have an issue with. I know how to control a dog with energy. It's the talking.
Yeah, Dot's not exactly a big talker.
No. She doesn't bark, and when she does bark, it's usually for a reason.
Yeah. She's funny.
What is a Frenchie? French bulldog.
Yeah. Little French bulldogs. They're so stinking cute. But yes, they're very talkative. Can you imagine if we had a dog that talked as much as Soot?
But I'm also the guy who goes, I want him out.
Yeah.
Because I know how to handle that breed.
Yeah.
That breed is, to me, is easy to handle.
Yeah, but
because I understand that breed.
You're also trained to handle that breed.
The downside of a Mal is I would need a fenced off area the size of that soccer pitch 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
Or at least available 24 hours a day.
Yep.
Which?
Technically it is.
Technically it is.
Yep. Since it's right outside our front door.
Yep.
So the butterfly, shade close to the body. And then you're going to take warm white and you're going to highlight the edges and tips of these wings. I almost called them leaves again. Almost. Bunny leaves.
Patrick is asking what dog is a Frenchie?
It's a French bulldog.
French bulldog.
Yep.
And its close cousin, the Boston Terrier.
Yeah. I
love Bostons. They're so stupid. But they're lovable.
Yeah.
They have a personality, but they're dumb.
They also have a lot of health issues.
Yeah.
Yeah. So remember what I said about the body of this butterfly? It's just going to be a little float of warm white down one side. And then we're going to switch to our liner. We got to start adding some details to our...
What were you looking at?
I was looking at my original.
Oh.
Just make sure I haven't forgotten any.
Oh, there it is. Right above the teacup one, too.
Yeah. So we're going to start adding a few little details. I've got my 10-aught extra long detail liner. And I'm going to thin out a little bit of that matcha green. Because that's our connecting color. I'm going to add a touch of warm white to it. Just to get a little more opacity, but also to change the value a little bit. I don't want it too white. But I do need it to be very fluid so that I can do this. It would help if I actually got some paint in the brush. There we go. So there is our stems. All of these little vines and tendrils that are attached to these leaves that connect all of these leaves.
Oh, that blue nose?
Mm-hmm.
He gonna be a good guard dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. I walked by their house today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that blue nose. Weird. Dry throat today. Yeah. He gave us a good growl.
Mm-hmm.
And he had that slow tail wag
Yeah.
saying, stay away from my house.
Yeah.
But as soon as the owner put a leash on him, he calmed right down.
Yeah.
Came out to say hi to Dot.
Yeah.
They went nose to nose, and then
Playtime.
oh yeah, he gave one hell of a play bow.
Let's go.
Any faster or harder, he would have knocked his chin on the ground. It was funny. He's just a big pup, but
Yeah.
very territorial and protective of his space
Yeah. Well, and probably
Which-
his owner.
and his owner. And awesome dog.
Yeah.
There's a reason why I want one.
Well, the neighbors behind us have guests right now, and they have the most beautiful chocolate lab. He's gorgeous.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't seen him.
Him and Dot were barking at each other yesterday, and Dot doesn't bark very often. So around these leaves, I'm going to put my little squiggly lines, because I like squiggly lines around my leaves. It just softens them. Like so. That's why I like this 10-aught, because one, it has a really sharp point, and it will hold a fair amount of paint, but it stays at that nice sharp point, so I can do these fun little details to things. Like so. I think I've got all my little twirly things in place. Don't think I have missed any of those. I'm going to do the same thing to my warm white. Thin out a little bit of that. And we need to give our butterfly some antennae. There we go. And now, gotta start adding a few little scribbly details. That's what I use that black gel pen for. I gotta show you something.
Uh-oh.
I found these at Staples. These are made by Slicci, I'm going to say. S-L-I-C-C-I.
S-L-I.
C-C-I. Yep. Anyway, this is...
Slicky.
well, this one is a 0.38
From Signo.
from Signo. This one, I had to grab one, is a 0.25. Ultra fine.
How's the ink in it?
I haven't tested it yet,
Yeah.
but no time like the present. Hello. It seems to work just fine on a painted surface.
It's not.
I wanted that little squiggly line. I like my squiggly lines around things.
So it's a
It's
0.25.
a 0.25, super fine. These ones I got at Staples. So no time like the present to try something out, right? So why not? I've been wanting to try it. It just no time like the present, I guess. Nice, and it is very fine, which is
People-
nice.
People are wondering how you're done so fast.
Oh,
It works up quick once you get the stencil down.
well, yeah, it does, and it doesn't. It's not a difficult piece to paint. It's just time consuming. You sit and take your time with the floats and whatnot. That's why I like that using a mop, because you can lay the float in. I don't worry too much about getting them perfect the first time out. I don't see the point in aiming for perfection. It's impossible to achieve anyway. So, neatness doesn't count. That's why I like these squiggly little lines. It just lends a little visual texture to things. I love it on the butterflies. Do those squiggly lines on my butterflies. Helps give the wings a sort of a ruffled appearance. You can add a little texture. I like squiggly. Squiggly works for me. I call them squiggly or sketchy. You don't want them perfectly straight. You don't want them, any ideals. Renee has gone to check on Miss Dot. So as soon as he comes back, I'm going to get him to set up the wheels so we can do some drawings for those lettering sets. They're awesome, by the way. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of all things Tombow. Oh, I got that was the other happy mail I got. So I got my new organizer for my Tombow pens. They released a new organizer, and of course I had to have it because I love anything I can organize them with. And it does make things so much easier to see. So there's my sketchy line. You can do the same thing to the flowers. I do like to have, a little bit of a hard edge on my flowers. But that's why I like the finer pens, because I like that detail to be, softer. So I like that. Having that ultra fine line using the 0.38, or in this case I'm using that 0.25, it works really well. Doesn't smudge, which is always a bonus. No smudging. No smudging is a good thing. The ink appears to dry very quickly. Which is important as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, no smudging whatsoever. I'm liking it. I got a bunch of my drawing pens came in. Again, we sold out of those so fast. So I was shocked at how quickly they disappeared. I got a whole bunch more in, thankfully, in the 1, the 2, and the 3. And then we have the 3-piece sets, which is the 1, 3, and a 5. So I'm absolutely in love with those. I've been using them a lot. So fun. So almost there. I'm always tickled with how quickly all of this comes together. Once you got all that shading and highlighting done, and then you put in those little details on the, around the petals. I don't really worry about whether or not, this line is right on the edge. That part isn't really important. It just gives it a softer look, defines it nicely, but gives it a softer look. And it's also an opportunity to sort of fix up little areas that perhaps you're not super pleased with. So the only thing I have left to do really is I need to put a string on my tag here. I'm going to do that with a little bit of warm white, and it's going to come from under the lid and then down. Now I want to lift that off of that warm white surface, so I'm going to put a thin line of asphaltum right underneath it on the surface, just so that it casts a little shadow. I like it. So the only thing we have left to do is to put in that little border. I like doing that little border. I use the opaque white gel pen and the Uniball Signo and my ruler. And I use the simplest possible method for putting in this type of a border. We're not going to put in a big one. So I'm going to start about there, and I'm going to come over to about an inch from the edge And then I'm going to move it about 1/8 of an inch. And I'm going to give it about 1/4 of an inch. And 1/4 of an inch. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to dry that. Dun, dun, dun. And I'm going to drop this onto the surface. And I'm going to give it 1/4 of an inch.
Oh, Lucy had to go and do taxi duties.
Okay. Driving the kids around, no doubt.
She says, y'all have a nice weekend.
And that is it for your little corner detail, your little border. Keep it simple. And the only thing left.
Are you done?
I are done.
Boom.
Boom. This is a fun and easy piece to paint.
There's not
And I
much
got to-
detail in the.
There's
in the
not a
flowers.
huge. It's not a huge amount of detail. No, it's a pretty simple one to paint, with or without the outlining. It still comes out. It's a nice, it's still an easy one to paint. It's very forgiving. It's fun.
Cool.
So we need a wheel.
We need a wheel. I'm
We
gonna
need
switch
a wheel.
cameras here. So, my list. What is my list at right now?
So our rule for these giveaways is really simple. Just hit the share button, hit the like button, comment if you can. Everybody that does any of those things, the names go into our wheel list, and we hit the wheel, and it's random. So the more often you watch every week, the more often better your chances are for winning. More often you share, more often you comment.
So this is a first. This is a very much a first.
What's the first?
We broke 200.
Nice.
We're at 218 names.
Nice.
So everybody's chances of winning is equal, but very small. You have a 1 in 217 chance of winning.
But that's not bad. And
Is
we
that
have
bad?
3 of these sets to give away today.
3?
Yep.
I only have 2.
No, there's another. It's probably in a white one.
Is it?
But I know there's 3. Because I packed 3.
Yeah, that one. I have 3.
Yep, we have 3 to give away. And it's this. These are fantastic. You're going to love this. And I highly recommend that you go to the Tombow USA website. They have tons of lettering templates in there for you to practice on. You can simply download them and print them out and practice using this lettering set. It's phenomenal. And you're going to love it. And I have 3 of them.
All right.
So he's going to hit the wheel.
I gotta press this button. There's the wheel. The new 2022 Silverado. That's the ad for the time. Oh, Oreos! I like Oreos. That one can stay.
I like Oreos. I know you like Oreos.
I love Oreos. So, let's hit the shuffle button a few times. Ba-ba-ba-ba. And a good old spinneroni. Who's the first winner? Ooh, Subway is the new one. First winner is Elsie Strom.
Elsie's from Alberta.
Elsie Strom. Strom. Elsie. Yay.
So much fun.
Let's do another one.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta put the name on the package. There we go. What'd they win?
The lettering set.
Ah, the lettering set. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the attention span of a gnat today.
Oh, I don't think your attention span's the
Yeah,
problem.
shush you. And the next winner is Monty Deshum. Deshrum?
Monty.
Monty.
Dersham.
Dersham. I am
I
trying.
can't even see the wheel from where I'm sitting, so...
Monty.
He has the wheel. Can only see the wheel from this... I can't even read the wheel from this distance. Even with my glasses on.
Monty D.
Monty D. Monty Dersham.
Dersham. Boop. There you get a lettering set. I'm going to start doing it like Oprah. You get a lettering set. And you get a lettering set.
Yeah, I don't watch Oprah.
Okay, Ellen. She does the same thing as Oprah.
Ellen's retired.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Oh, good for her. Yay. And last one.
One more.
Let's give it a shuffle. Bah. Who do we got? Who do we got? Who do we got? Janet Mills.
Janet. It's been a while since we've had Janet's popped up on there.
Yeah. Janet Mills. Now, at least that one's easy to pronounce.
And Dersham was a mouthful, was
Yeah,
it?
apparently. There we go. Those are our winners for the day.
Yeah. So Monty Dersham, Elsie Strum, and Janet Mills. You watch the mail for in the next week or so. You're going to be getting an envelope with this great new Tombow lettering set and some other goodies. We always throw little extras in there for everybody. We have oodles of stuff.
Oodles?
Oodles. The Tombow pencils, the mechanical pencils, are on sale this week. And same with the drawing pens. Drawing pen sets are on sale this week.
Nice.
Don't forget to use that little coupon code. That's the Summer 22. That one is coming down soon.
Oh, yeah.
So, don't know what we're going to replace it with, but we'll come up with something.
Elsie, Monty, and Janet.
Yeah. Great.
Please
So everybody's
contact us.
Yes.
So we can get your shipping information. Oh, there's Monty.
Yep.
Oh, she's a member.
Yes, she is.
I didn't realize that.
Oh, my members are going to be happy campers
Uh-oh.
this time around. They got, not only do they have the brush carriers this month for their, we always have 3 for the membership group for their live class.
Yeah.
And they have a brush carrier this time, but they also get some Tombow goodies in there too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
Oh,
we have
that's coming up soon.
It is a couple of weeks.
Yeah, a couple more weeks.
Yep.
Tracy, can you let everyone know the date was wrong for the September class?
September class. I haven't even posted the September class. No, for the September 27th lands on a Tuesday. I am teaching for Artfully Connected on that Tuesday on the schedule. So we have moved the September class to the Monday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's all. So the membership class for the month of September will be on the 26th of September, which is the Monday.
And for those who've been asking so much and been very patient, you're painting oleander tea next weekend.
Yes.
Some of
We're
you are
doing
going to go,
that.
finally!
Yep, we're doing oleander tea, which is the Halloween piece. I'm going to show you how to paint some interesting flames and fire. It's a fun technique. Lots of hot shots involved in this one. Hot shots?
Hot shot?
Neons.
Neons.
Oh, wow. Dated myself. Wow. Hot shots were something that neon colors were called like 20 years ago. So I brain farted and defaulted to 20 years ago.
Back to factory settings.
Yeah. God help us all. Anyway, so next weekend we're teaching oleander tea.
It's been asked a lot.
It has been.
It was one of those. You did it for a Zoom class.
I gotta actually. Let me grab
Go dig it out.
I don't have to dig it out.
But yeah, it was done as a Zoom class, and just for I guess
Dusty.
legal reasons, I guess you could say.
Well, no, it's just when you do a Zoom class, and it was, I had to wait for a period of time because, well. Anyway, this is oleander tea.
Yeah.
So a Halloween piece, a little bit of floral, a little bit of fun.
She does spider webs. She doesn't paint spiders.
I don't do spiders.
She doesn't want to scare herself from her own artwork.
I hate spiders. One walked across my desk the other day while I was working on the computer.
Did it try talking to you?
No. But it left quickly. Anyway, so we're painting oleander tea. This one is a lot of fun. I really enjoyed painting this one. Some fun lettering in it. So be prepared. This one is on a 12 by 12 canvas. You can use art panels. You can use just a piece of MDF if you want to, or even a canvas board will do just fine. So you don't have to rush out and look for just the perfect surface. It's just simply done on a 12 by 12 canvas. So this is the piece that we are painting next Saturday. I'm excited because I really want to paint this one again. And I've got a pile of stuff lined up. I've been trying to get well ahead of the game so that it makes it easier for us to plan if I can get ahead of the game. So I've been designing like a madwoman for the last few weeks, to try and get a bunch of things lined up for future Saturday lives and for upcoming classes. And I have convention submissions that I had to get done, and it's been a busy few weeks. So we have oodles in mind for you. I have a really cute surface. I sent it off to Sheila Landry this week. She's going to have a few ready for me. I should have those up on the website the next week or so. But the class that's coming up after oleander tea, that's the surface we're going to be using. It's really cute. You're going to love it. So, having said all of that, I hope you guys have a great weekend. Have a great week. Please stay safe and eat some good food. Have some really good wine. Enjoy your time with your family and your friends. And we will see you here next Saturday for oleander tea. And do you have anything else to say before I sign off?
Oh, we just had our favorite nude HD.
Our favorite
friend.
Russian is back.
Yeah, our favorite bot decided to pop in and say hi.
Kick him to the curb.
Oh, he's gone.
Okay, good.
I made sure of it.
All right, guys.
And yes, Janet Mills, you are one of our winners.
Yes, ma'am, you are.
I know you weren't here for it. You were trying to watch us on YouTube. And you are a winner. Don't worry.
Excellent. All right, guys. We love you. Please stay safe, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.
Ooh, out of here. That one. That one.
Yes, that one.